Hello there, this is Icy Tooney here with another TF2 gameplay video, and this is hopefully going to be the first of my quote-unquote comeback, I guess. I am planning on making a lot more videos, and these videos are going to be in the same style as the ones I was releasing before. So once again, this is a post-game commentary. This game I have already played. I'm just, I guess, re-watching it, and I'm going to be commentating after. So right now I am playing as the scout on defense of payload upward. I was going to say Badwater for some reason. And I'm going to be using a new weapon, or at least it is a new weapon to me, because honestly from my about 4 or 5 month break, actually probably a 5-6 month break from playing TF2 quite a bit, I've lost track of all the new maps and all the new weapons. So the soda popper, I'm not sure if it was released a few months ago or if it was just recently, but to me it's new, and this is actually one of the first times I am using it. It is a replacement for this scattergun. It is in the primary slot, and the cool thing about it, as you can see right there, is it has the ability to mini crit, and that happens after you've ran around for a while. You build up your hype bar, I think it is called, at the bottom there. And once it is full, you will mini crit for about 8 seconds, if I do recall correctly. So that's a pretty cool thing about it. The downsides to it are that it only has 2 shots per clip, so kind of the same style, I guess, as the Force of Nature. It does not have that knockback of the Force of Nature, which was kind of weird when I first played this, because just like the look of it and the feel of it is so much like the Force of Nature. And then I was like, every time I'm going to shoot them, I'm going to knock them back. But the first times I shot it, it's like, oh wow, this is weird. But so it's kind of got that style to it, and that is a major downside, of course. I don't think I would use this weapon over the scattergun, because the scattergun just has so much more consistent damage. This weapon is a lot of fun though. When you do get those mini crits, you can go on quite the spree, but the 90% of the time when you don't have those mini crits, I do find that you are at a disadvantage. I think those 2 shots though that you can fire do fire a lot faster, so if you are able to get those mini crits, you can really 2-shot a lot of classes really quickly if you are able to get a couple of neat shots on them. So that's the soda popper. And secondary weapon, I am actually using the winger, and again, another weapon that is very new to me. I haven't really used, but for a lot of people it might not be. It has a really small clip size, and that is the one thing I did notice. It does more damage, but I think you only have 5 shots per clip. I think I do take out the winger a few times, but I'm not going to be using that primarily. It does a little bit more damage, but I don't think the damage really is enough to make it the most or the best choice for a secondary weapon. Here you see the winger, and I would probably use the pistol over it in almost every situation, just because I would like a little bit more. It's hard to aim the pistols, I guess, as it is, and having those extra shots really helps finishing off enemies. And I'm not going to use my secondary weapon too much as just my main source of damage, so I want a lot of shots just to pick off enemies who are running away. And there actually I do have the Boston Basher. I completely forgot about that. I was around when the Boston Basher was released, but for melee weapons, I don't think I did cover it in any of my videos. It's kind of a fun weapon, one that I don't think people use that often, because people realize that, yeah, just as a regular melee weapon might be better. But it is fun using this. If you do miss with the Boston Basher, you end up hitting yourself, and I think causing yourself to bleed, which is pretty funny because I think it's just like a giant stick with nails in it. So if you miss an enemy, you're going to hit yourself and cause yourself to bleed, but if you do hit an enemy, it does decent amount of damage, plus it makes your enemies bleed to death, which is pretty cool. So I do actually believe I'd take it out a couple of times. Don't want to forget about that. But for right now, what's happening in the video, I'm actually watching this video on a really small screen. I had to do a couple of different things, but it's kind of hard for me to tell exactly what's happening. I know I am taking on a sniper right there. I did hit him with the Boston Basher once, and I do believe I made him die. So one thing, if you do want to use the Boston Basher, best thing to do with it is, if you want to sneak up on an enemy, hit them once, run back a little bit, and then start firing your scattergun. I don't think trying to beat them to death with the Boston Basher is the most logical thing to do, because if you do miss, of course, you're going to do damage to yourself. But if you know you can run up there and get that initial hit with the Boston Basher, go for it. It is great. It does throw the enemy off when they are bleeding. I hate when I'm bleeding with the screen and all that stuff. So that is something you can do. But yeah, with the small screen, that's not going to happen anytime else. But I do know what's going on. I do, but it is a little bit harder than usual. But right now, kind of just roaming around the map. Scout is probably not the most common choice when you are playing a payload style map. On defense, it is viable, especially on Upward. And the reason for that is Upward is such an open map that scouts can really roam around and do the damage they need. And also, a big thing about this map is there's a lot of health packs around this area. So I am able to pick up those health packs whenever I'm on low health. I can also retreat back to the spawn if need be. But that is a huge thing for a scout, especially on defense, because you're going to be taking a lot of spam. They're going to have a lot of soldiers, a lot of heavies, a lot of devilmen. And in order to survive that as a scout, you're going to have to take advantage of all the health packs on the map, and which I think I do a pretty good job. You're going to see me jump over the cliff a lot of times to pick up the health pack on the left there. But yeah, right now kind of just roaming around. You see, I'm not really engaging on the enemy too much. I'm not going into their spawn or anything. I'm kind of just roaming around this nice open area, using these rocks to my advantage. And whenever I'm low on health like I am right now, I will retreat down to this trusty old health pack and make my way back up to this area. So I think the key thing is when playing scouts on a attack defense map, something like Payload or even like Dust Bowl, although it might not be completely viable, it might be more useful for us to have, let's say if I played an engineer. But if you are playing a scout, be patient, harass your enemies a lot. Sometimes it's not best to go into the fray to try to get that last hit. Just yeah, go around like I am harassing. I'm just kind of harassing this heavy, making him slow down, doing kind of a juke there. I'm actually getting a little bit aggressive here, and actually yes, that is exactly why I died there. I tried to go for a little bit too much there. I saw that the heavy was supposedly at low health, but he wasn't really, and then I got a well-deserved death there. Yeah, I guess it was deserved because, yeah, I shouldn't have done that anyway. And actually, that is the end of the round there. I don't think I was top fragging like a boss. I can't really see it, but if I do recall correctly, I didn't. I'm rusty, I know that, and I think I joined the round late anyway. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to making more videos like these in the future. Thanks, guys, for sticking around, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.